Which raises the question, what is old trying to say? And there are a few themes that are present in the movie. Old is about the importance of family. Specifically, old is about marriage. Guy and Priska are a couple at the end of what we see has been a broken and complicated marriage, and besides causing them a lot of stress, the breakup is affecting the kids in an unhealthy way. But when put through this test, their relationship is strengthened. They take care of one another as the day goes on and forgive each other for their past mistakes. And this idea is present in a fair amount of M. Night's work. It doesn't need to be marriage specifically, but a distant family relationship is tested and affirmed. That's Signs, Unbreakable, and The Happening. Old is also sort of about racism being bad. Charles, the closest thing the movie has to a traditional bad guy before the twist, is racist, although like I said earlier, his suspicions aren't unreasonable. But Charles, A, feels like the kind of character who would be racist because he's also displaying other bad behavior like being controlling or having a young wife. B, is a little too quick to completely blame Mid-Sized Sedan. Mid-Sized Sedan is a prime suspect, but that doesn't mean he did it. And then C, stabs him. Anyway, I wouldn't say this theme is really followed up on in a meaningful way, but this does show up early in the narrative and is used to set up Charles as the villain. But I would say the big idea of old is real simple. Getting old is scary. And I think, in the big picture, solid premise. Because getting old is scary for many reasons. First, you've got the existential fear of death, being closer to the end than the beginning. And the complaint that is happening too quickly is one almost everyone seems to make eventually. So the fear of dying. But old also takes aspects of aging and turns them into body horror. A bone breaks and heals. A parent quickly loses their sight. A tumor grows uncontrollably in seconds. And I think this environment is an interesting way to play with that idea. Speeding up normal processes highlights what's strange about a body changing under quote-unquote normal circumstances. And no scene captures it better than Kara's pregnancy. Because pregnancy, while natural and beautiful and important, is also pretty grim when you separate the process from the result. It's painful, bloody, and the mother has very little control over it. And if it happens very quickly, it stops seeming normal and starts to resemble one of the most famous horror movie scenes of all time. Many scenes in horror movies touch the same nerve as old. The Poltergeist scene where Dad looks in the mirror and sees his face deteriorate. The scene in The Shining where Jack loses his mind and starts attacking his family. They are all at least inspired by the idea of or the consequences of aging. And throughout the movie, characters share their opinions about why growing old isn't great. We hear warnings like, don't grow up too soon throughout the opening. On the beach, we see the juxtaposition of carefree children and burdened adults. Crystal is worried about showing the natural effects of aging before they make it to the beach. This movie is not very subtle.